Okay, so this step could actually go pretty quickly, but you need to give it really careful thought because what you're kind of doing is locking yourself into the topics that you're going to write about in your essay. And here's what I mean by that. In this task, it says the job in this step is to pick at least 3 elements of the text that played the biggest role in creating the theme. So you look into your literary argument sheet for the section that says elements of the text. Now the tricky part, this is way back at the top, these elements of the text. And I'll show you in just a second. You need to come to a decision about which 3 elements you think are the most important in terms of creating the theme in the text. You're going to make these things bold. I'll teach you how to do that in a second. These are going to be the big ideas for your essay. These are going to be the topics of the paragraphs in your essay. So here you go. If you go back to that essay sheet, the literary argument essay sheet, and as you scroll down, you'll see you've written your summary. And in the last step, you identified the major theme. And so you have the major theme. Let's say it's the theme of Call of the Wild by Jack London is if you put your mind to something, you can do it. It's all about determination. So then the next question is, okay, what elements of the text created this theme? How did this theme show up in the story? If you scroll to the very top, you'll find, ta-da, there it is. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about right here. It says, what's the major theme of the book you read? That's the basis of your essay. But then it says, pick at least 3 of the following elements of the text to explain how the major theme is created in your text. So you need to think about, okay, what of these things right here, which 3 of those things really led to this being the message of the book? If you're, in this case, if you put your mind to something, you can do it. It's all about determination. So as I think back on my text, what am I going to think about? Well, I'm going to think about the transformation of a character from the beginning of the book to the end. Well, shoot, you did that at one point. Like, back on your assignment sheet that you did for your ZPD book as you analyzed, you had an assignment that was to think about how the main character has changed. Maybe go back and look at that and see if the way that they changed led to that theme. Or if it didn't, in terms of what you wrote, did other changes that they made lead to that theme? If you go, the thing about the setting, like what about the setting? Did the setting have anything to do with creating that theme? Did major events in the plot, like did the climax of the plot, the moment where the main conflict ended, did that lead to that theme at all? Did that help build that theme? Details in the text that seem unimportant at first. That was another assignment you did back in Path 5, where it was write a summary, analyze details. That was the seemingly unnecessary detail portion. Did the author include details that didn't seem important at first, that eventually they did seem important? And did those details that they included, is that how they, one way that they kind of added to that theme? Word choice. Did the words and the way the author chose to describe things, did that add to the theme? And so if you were to look at that, analyze word choice right here, did that lead to the theme at all? Did the point of view that the story was told from, like the fact that it was told in first person maybe, did that lead to the theme? Or did the fact it was third person omniscient, we had access to lots of different people's thoughts, did that lead to the theme? Symbolism in text. Symbolism was a long time ago. I'll link this to the concept. You did this way back when you read Max at Sea. It's the idea of like a thing in the text representing an idea or an emotion. So there are things in the text. For example, if the word the person's working off for their theme here is determination, were there actual things or events in the text that were symbols of determination? Could you link that to the theme? And the main character's culture. Well, you did that in an assignment for that path number 5. You did the write a summary, influence of culture. Did this description of your character's culture, is there anything about your character's culture that helped create that theme? Or important decisions or actions the main character made. Well, back in that same culture assignment that you did before, you also talked about some important decisions or actions that they made. So you could maybe use some of these, or you might think of some other important decisions or actions they made that really led to that theme. So what you'll do is when you think of the 3 that you think are the most important in terms of creating that theme, you'll select them. Say maybe I think the setting has a lot to do with that theme being created. Like in this case, it's determination, and I think the setting of like Alaska that this book takes place in really helps set up the stage for determination. I'll select it, and I'll hold the Control key on my keyboard and tap the B key for bold. B. Or the other option is maybe if I think author's word choice really helped. Up here, I'll click B for bold. And that'll show that, okay, cool. These are the three things. So maybe that, and symbolism. Maybe those are my three things. So my essay, what I'm going to end up writing about for my paragraphs, I'm going to talk about how the setting helped create the theme. I'm going to talk about how word choice helped create the theme. I'm going to talk about how symbolism in the text helped create the theme. You're choosing the topics of your paragraphs right now, so do so wisely, and then send this document to me when you're done.